Hello, this is Broly, SS God, and I'm back with another video. This video, I want to talk about how I'm hearing about the guy from Take Two, which is, Rockstar, the head honcho. I forgot his name, but he's talking about how in 3 years we're going to be streaming on other devices besides the console. See, I don't know why in the world Sony would want to you know, go all digital, and they're gonna do that, then they might as well be killing. They're gonna be killing off their consoles, and because if that's the case, then you can be having Grand Theft Auto and all these other games on TVs. Basically, they're talking about TV and cell phones and stuff like that. But then again, they probably don't care because they put the logo PS5 on it and they put it on a TV. It can sell well like that too. This is crazy, dog. Like it's just getting worse and worse and worse. You know what? And I blame Hiroki Toki, Shuhei Yoshida, Hiroki Toki, Nino Nishino Brown, whatever his damn name, all of them, wholeheartedly. You know why I blame them? Especially Hiroki Toki. Well, I blame Shuhei Yoshida for setting it up because he's the one that set up the PC thing going on. So what happened is with the PC thing, that was all a lie to cover up. They did that not to sell consoles to players, to PC players. They did that to collect data. They did that to collect, uh, what do you call it? Digital purchases. They add that, tack that onto PlayStation, saying that, oh, look at all of these digital sales. It's from PC. That's what they did. They used PC sales. I'm sticking with my guns with this, guys. They used PC sales for that, man. Trust me on that. They did, cause like, now why you think that all of a sudden, right before they announced this crap, they pulled out a PC. They used PC for 6 long years. Think about that. 6 long years they used PC to sit there and get all those digital sales, bro. And besides that, people trying to say, well, in the PS3 era, you get digital too. Well, I'm not one of them. I barely got any digital games on my PS3. Most of my games are physical on my PS3. And on top of that too, I play a lot of PS Home. So like, I play the games I love the most. I play a lot of PS Home. But that was digital, but at the same time, that was for everybody to play. As far as like that was pretty much like our Facebook back then. You know what I'm saying? Like PS Home for me anyway. Like you just go, it was a virtual world. Everybody could just go chill at, whatever, right? So I love that. But anyway, back to the subject. I blame Yoshida wholeheartedly because if it wasn't for him putting games on PC, they would have never been collecting all that data, which increased the purchase of digital. But yeah, niggas, well, I'm blaming Herman Hulse and Jim Ryan. Herman Hulse and Jim Ryan. No, nigga. Shoot Yoshida it was his damn idea. And it's funny how people, even though Shoot Yoshida said it on live TV, and yeah, niggas still talking about something. Shoot Yoshida. No, I'm sorry, still talking about something. Jim Ryan's the one. No, 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 no. Aim the finger at the right person, at the right guy. Shuhei Yoshida came out and said it was his idea to put big games on PC. But anyway, it doesn't matter now. What matter? Okay, look, this is the thing, right? If it wasn't for him pushing that, Sony would have never had the idea to even go to PC in the first place. Well, then again, I don't know. Then you do got Xbox talk about that crap, but you know what I'm saying. But like you know what, they probably did it eventually. But the thing is, they said that Sony wasn't even thinking about it at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like they said she was pushing it and pushing it and pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. And but look, the reason why I'm bringing up PC because like that's where they got most of their sales from. It had to been PC. Think about that. It had to been PC. So like it just it's come on, man. Because yeah, think about it like come on, how in the world all of a sudden 82% of the other games are digital? Yeah, because of PC and because you got a little bit of players on digital, but I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I have heard some people saying like, well, I got a disc drive, but all I buy is the digital games. That's yeah, I mean, it's the people that like that out there. I admit that, yeah, it will be. It is people like that out there, but at the same time, it's like, oh, my battery's low. Hold on, but yeah, it's like, come on, bro, like seriously, y'all sitting here still blaming Jim Ryan for something that Chudy Yoshida did. That's his mess up. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, what made it worse is like after Jim Ryan left, because Jim Ryan at least was selling consoles and putting out games that I wanted to play. Spider Man, you know what I'm saying? Well, Wolverine, that's through Jim Ryan. Keep that in mind too, by the way. That's through Jim Ryan. We would have Spider Man through Jim Ryan too, the multiplayer game. All the multiplayer games would have been coming through Jim Ryan. What happened was, what's the guy's name, bro? Hiroki Toy came in there, and shut all that down. You know why? 'Cause they didn't want to see physical sales plummet. I mean, I'm not plummet. They didn't want to see physical sales destroy digital. That's why they did that. That's oh no, that means that if we sell it on physical, they'll be buying that up on physical copies, and they know it. That's why they went ahead on. I mean, that's if they was to make the physical copy, right? That's why they went ahead and just canceled it. I mean, they could have made it digital, all digital. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, um, people are probably asking like, "But where's the physical copy? Why y'all ain't doing the physical copy?" You know what I'm saying? Why everything is being digital only? That's probably why they didn't go ahead and make the game in the first place. They self sabot. They pretty much self sabotage their games, so that way digital will outshine physical. That's why they did it that way. And how you are you going to include DLC packs? That's not buying a game. I mean, it's buying a part of the game, but at the same time, the game's been purchased. Another thing I don't like too is I've been hearing YouTubers talking about some. Yeah, well, Sony's got to keep collecting money off of people. What? So you're saying after I buy it one time, that's not enough from Sony for me to have it myself the first time? And Sony's mad because if I want to sell it to somebody else, they don't get money off of that. So if I buy a digital copy, I can't sell it to somebody else. But at the same time, Sony ain't getting no more money from me out of that digital copy either. Right or wrong. So how are they making more money off of me when they can't get another digital copy off of me? Unless my corrupted data happens or something, they're gonna have to give me a refund or something probably. But other than that, then it's like I don't see what's the problem. Because once I buy the physical edition for that game, that's mine anyway. Come on, Sony's got to track the money. Man, track, man, please. Had they've been tracking money all them years before the digital stuff happened? When the first PlayStation 1 came out, was he tracking it then? Was he worried about disc being sold to other people then? PS2, PS3, was he worried about disc being sold? Maybe they was. I don't know. They probably was. But at the same time, I don't think that's what it is. I think they just, well, probably it's probably proud of it because they are greedy as on the what. They want to maximize everything. And you might be right about that. But at the same time, it's like this though. Um, it's just not right. You know what I mean? Because it's like Hiroki Totoki came in there, man, and just sucked the soul. And I do mean he sucked the soul out of the fun and love and goodwill, the goodwill of gaming from the PlayStation side. I'm sorry, he sucked the love out of it. He sucked the love. He sucked the excitement, the joy, the energy. The he sucked all of that out of the games. We came in there, it's like now it's like gaming on PlayStation side. It's feeling hollow. It's feeling it's just feeling like a soulless corporation. I know how we sit there. They sit there. Some of Microsoft being a soulless corporation. Hey, Sony's be right behind them. Sony is becoming what we hated about Microsoft, a soulless corporation. Sorry, guys. Sorry to tell you, it is. I might put that in my title of my video. Sony's become the soulless corporation. You know. Another thing I was about to say too is this though. As far as okay, back on the that a guy was talking about from Rockstar. He was talking about how we're gonna be streaming games. So basically, the PS6 is gonna be nothing more than a cable box. No. I'm sorry. Well, yeah. That well. Yeah, the PS will be a kid box because of the store only thing, right? But besides that too, um, your TV will be your console. How you guys feel about that? Your TV's being your console. No more. Then the thing about it, you'll be streaming these games, so you will not own anything. You will not even own a digital copy. You don't own them now. You definitely won't have no digital copies to own. Period. Once you stream it, you just streaming it. Same with Netflix, right? You know what I mean? Like it's really about to become Netflix, bro. That's crazy. So yeah, I think this sucks, man. And you know, rare. You know that movie called Ready Player One? How the game just became for the rich only, and it became like a wasteland of games, and that's how it's becoming now for Sony. It is, and I'm so glad I bought my PS. Sorry, I'm so glad I bought my Nintendo Switch too. I'm so glad I bought my Nintendo Switch too. At least they're gonna. I hope they stay with physical. I really do hope they stay with physical. If they don't stay with physical, bro, I'm gonna be really, really mad about that because for I'm in here, Nintendo's doing great with physical, so I hope they're not going nowhere with Likewise, no all digital stuff. Nintendo stays in their own lane, so I hope they continue to stay in their own lane and continue making physical games, bro. I'm so glad I got my Switch 2 a few weeks ago, or last week, whatever. Last week I got my Switch 2. So also I'm enjoying my Switch 2. I'm glad I bought it. So I'm having fun with it. The games are fun. I also I wanted to show you guys the game I bought, which is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. That was the game I wanted to pretty much tell you guys that's my surprise that I bought. So kind of like some nigga named Thanos, how he collected that final Infinity Stone. That's how it is for me when I got that Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I got the final Infinity Stone. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, because I beat part two and I gotta beat part one still for Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I gotta get to it on my PS3. But it feels good playing it on a modern technology though. Instead of keep going to my PS3 so much. But um yeah, guys, that's my surprise about that. But back to the situation with with Sony and Rockstar. You know what you know what's weird? It's like how he talked about Sony. He was like, yeah, I hope Sony understands. I think Sony understands where we're coming from, but this all digital thing, and it's almost as if they talked Sony into it. But even though this report saying like Sony it was Sony's idea from years ago, so I don't know, man. Like it seemed like to me is they both talked about it and they both came to agreement to do what they're doing now. And you know what? Another thing too is like Sony. It's like Sony doesn't even care about their brand no more. They don't care about their brand no more, bro. They don't care about people talking trash about them. All they care about is money. But as far as talk, they don't care. 'Cause all they hear is talk. You know what I'm saying? So they need to see action, guys. Another thing that's kind of like getting me a little worried about it, the situation is like that petition that was really out there. Why hasn't that thing hit like 20 million signatures right now? Out of all these months that went by, well, what month two or whatever, you would think by now it should be at least about like 20 to 30 million signatures signing that thing saying, you know what, no, we want our disc. It's still on 300 some thousand 300 some thousand signatures. So it's kind of somebody showing me that a lot of people's not really saying, well, not a lot of people's really like agreeing, or they don't care. Because like, how in the world everybody's sitting there saying that, oh yeah, we don't want this to happen, but yet the signatures for the petition is still at a 300 some thousand square signature. That's it. It should have way more than that by now. At least 3 million, 4 or 5 million by now. At least that, you know. So that's a little weird to me. Just saying, that's a little weird, you know. I don't know, guys. I think it's just sad that Sony became Microsoft. They became what we hated, you know, as far as the company. I'm not saying I hate Microsoft. I'm saying like we hate how, you know, you know, the things Microsoft has done in the past. You know what I'm saying? Like putting the games everywhere and all that kind of stuff. Like I didn't really care about it. To be honest with you, you know, I can go without it or not. But I know that a lot of Xbox fans they didn't like it. You know, and you know it hurt their brand. And like Sony, it's the same way. It's like they put their games everywhere. They didn't care. You know why? To get that PlayStation, that get them PC, PlayStation 5 digital sales up. That's what it was about right there, bro. That's why they didn't care. They didn't ask us if it was okay to do it. They just did it on their own. You know what I'm saying? This is just a test. Yeah, it's a test to get all. You look, how the world you testing something when you put all your games up there, all of their games, and they like they did. Okay, God of War 1, that's it. Spider-Man 1, that's it. That's the test. One or two games, that's a test. You could have put like, why they didn't put Bloodborne up there? Why would you go to your biggest titles like God of War and all them other big games? You ain't put Bloodborne up there though. You ain't put Gran Turismo up there though. You know what I'm saying? Like she put up there God of War and Spider Man, Horizon, Part One and Part Two. Oh, those games, all right, because they wanted those digital sales. They wanted games that they was going to sell more better on PC, which is God of War and Spider Man, which supposedly didn't sell that well, you know, but they did it for 6 years, and then on top of that, you can put part one and part two up there. That was nothing to do with trying to convert gamers over to PC, over to PlayStation. It's all about digital sales, get as much as they can to tackle onto the sales they have for PlayStation. That's all they was doing. Just like Capcom. Remember how they said Capcom had like 60% of their digital or 90% of their sales is like digital. That's through what though? 60% of it, 60% of that was from computers, PC, and that's why Sony ain't worried about losing the fan base of the disc players, the disc drive players, because you know why? They got PC to back them up. They're gonna be relying on PC for what do you call it? For live service games, and you know what? And they're gonna be pushing more live service games. This is one. Well, this is one of them right here. I'm playing it. This is a live service. I think this is going to be a live service game, right? So yeah, guys. I'm sorry to say it, but you know, Sony is not the same, bruh. I'm sorry. It's like they don't care about their fan base. All they care about is you as a dollar sign, and me as a dollar sign, as us as a dollar sign. Because I mean this with you guys. Us as a dollar sign. Ain't just I'm not going to say you, because I'm out here buying stuff too from them. You know what I'm saying? And so like we're all in this together, and I will continue to buy physical copies, regardless. Even though I heard they talking about something, they're gonna be putting uh stuff on the boxes saying that yeah, we no longer will be doing. They're gonna be putting stuff on the warning signs on the PS5 saying that they will no longer be um selling this on in 2028. Like seriously, um, and they're doing that so they won't get sued. And you know what? That might hurt them from selling more consoles when people see that. Well, they about to go ahead and buy all. What they might do is skip this version and just buy a digital version because they be like, well, what's the point in buying a physical PS5 when you're not even gonna like support it? in 2028. Might as well buy digital. Yeah, so that's another way of looking at it too. They could just skip the disc and go right to digital. And another thing too is this: if my GameStop does go out of business, I will order from freaking like Amazon if I had to, or I go to Walmart if I had to. I go to GameStop though, because like the selection of games there. But like if I had to, I go to Walmart, go to Best Buy, Target got games in my area. They do, so I don't know how in the world people can't find games, and that's weird. Very like, but Walmart has them. Walmart sell games. But if I can't find a game store out here to sell games, period, then I just you know what? You can always go to Amazon. Physical disc from Amazon. Shoot, but I had to wait for a few days, or unless you do Prime or something, get a day one the next day or something. But go to Amazon and get the game. That's what I would do. I'm not gonna sit here and keep supporting physical digital only. Ain't no in the world. Nowhere in the world. No sir. I messed that up. I got this game right here, day one, baby. Physical. Physical. Day one on my PS5. I ain't about no digital version for this. I want to own this game. You know what? I think when I bought this game, I didn't even have to download anything either. It was right on the disc. I don't think I did. I don't remember if I had to download anything from this game. As far as like download the game, I don't think so. I think the whole game was already up here, unless I'm tripping. I know. You know what? I might have to download it probably. I can't remember, man. I can't remember to be honest with you guys. But that's my little rant, guys. Like Sony's became the soulless corporation that deserves to just lose a lot of money and lose sales. Another thing too is I've been hearing people talking about, so I blame the fans. It's your fault. I blame the ones about the disc version. How about that? That's their fault. The ones about all digital consoles, that's their fault. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't buy all digital consoles. I'm not the one buying digital only. That ain't my fault. I bought digital here and there. But I ain't gonna sit here. That's another thing too. Sony does though as well as this, right? They'll have you subscribe to PlayStation Plus and you get free games. You know what I'm saying? Digitally, right? So they probably add that in for digital sales. Thank you for your purchase. Could you download that game? Thank you for your purchase. I got a lot of games in my PlayStation Plus side for them free games digitally from Sony. You know how you get like the free games, the 3 free games per month. That adds up too. So they probably did that, use that crap too as far as DLC. I'm not DLC, but digital sales. Even though it's a free game, I didn't pay for. Yeah, man, that's sad, bro. Like this just shows us how Sony really thinks they're scummy, slimy, nasty, evil company. And I do blame that. I'm a PlayStation guy saying this. I'm not no PC nigga. I'm a PlayStation fan sitting there saying Hiroki Toki, Nino Nishino, whatever his name is, Hiroki Godoki, whatever his name is, Lena Horn, Lena Loud, Lena Clown, whatever her name is either, what her name is either. All of them, bro, evil. They don't care. They do not care. How you gonna sit there and sell a record player talking about some? Yeah, this is the best way. This is how it's supposed to be. This is how music's supposed to be supposed to sound. But yeah, y'all sit here killing off y'all games in 2028 as far as physical. Had the nerve to sit here and show uh, um uh a record player being shown in 2026. Get real, man. Get real. I hate to say it, guys. To me, it's almost as if these guys are the real Illuminati. I'm just saying, like the way they act, bro, is like just cold hearted. There's some cold-hearted people. The Illuminati of gaming is there. You go, the Illuminati of gaming, Sony, Microsoft, and Rockstar. And also Ubisoft. I heard Ubisoft got in with it too. Talking about they on Sony's side, Capcom as well. All of them, man. You know what I'm saying? I have been seeing smaller developers sitting there saying like, "Hey, we don't like this. We want to still put up physical discs." I think one of the developers was like the guys from Mortal Shell. They said that they want to they like physical disc and they want to see it continue to come out. See, you know what I'm telling you guys, man. We need more developers like that to come out and speak. The ones that's not working for Sony, because the ones that work for Sony, they on hush move because they're being silenced. They go to show you right there that Sony, they know they're doing wrong. If you mean tell me they gotta make the developers be quiet, their first party, second party, party developers be quiet because they know that they're doing wrong. If they were so confident they're doing right, why tell you the developers to be quiet? Think about that. That's a guilty conscience, right? That's pretty much saying, hey, you know what? We know we doing wrong, but we don't want y'all to tell everybody how y'all feel because we doing wrong. They know they doing wrong. They know we don't like it, but they don't care because they want to get those prices in those stores and jack them up sky high, and we will own nothing. You know, it's funny. We heard about this. I heard about this a year or two ago about them saying that they're going to make it so we can't even own our consoles anymore. Like in the future, like you gotta start leasing the console. You won't be. And it goes to that point. I quit gaming. No, no, no. I would quit future gaming. I would quit gaming in that period of time. I will not rent. I'm not renting no console. I'm sorry. I buy my console. I ain't renting nothing when it comes to or a game. So this is ridiculous. Renting a console? Ain't no way in the world I rent no console. Ain't no way, bruh. I don't care if it's $10 a month. I ain't renting no console, bro. I ain't that. Nah, I go back to my PS5, my PS3, Xbox 360. I got back my nice 360. Xbox One. I mean, I go back to my old console. But if that happens, I ain't renting no console, bro. Y'all got me messed up with that one. Ain't no in the world. No sir. No sir. Oh, damn, she does that. Let me try that one. See something. Okay, wait a minute. I'm too far away from. Try that again. Dang, couldn't get it to land. But yeah, I'm not renting no console, bro. Ain't no way. Sorry. And I blame Sony too, though. Like, it ain't just Rockstar, because Sony, you know, they got their own mind. They got their own mind, and that's what they wanted to do. And you can pull up videos of Jim Ryan said things year 20, 10, 20 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever, 6, 7 years ago. Doesn't matter what he said back then, because look what's going on today. Jim Ryan does not have my control these niggas to sit here and make them do what they doing. He don't. So is Jim Ryan for right now making them do what they doing right now? Is Jim Ryan telling them right now from retirement to go out here and make physical obsolete? That's Jim Ryan, right? Jim Ryan, cause they lost so much money for what now? Because of Bungie, nigga. PlayStation is like a what? A $20 billion, $100 billion, no, $100 billion company, give or take, or less than that. I don't know. They were billions. So you mean tell me because of let me get this straight, bro? Because of Bungie, which is ain't nothing but a 3.4 million dollar purchase, broke Sony's bank that bad that they got to go all digital. Nah, bro. I don't want to hear that. I don't give me that crap, bro. I don't want to hear it because of Bungie. That's what happened. I don't. I know. That's a cop out. I'm sorry. So what about Concord? So what about Concord, right? You know what I'm saying? That was a huge flop. So that's another reason why too. What's going to happen with fair games? You can't just blame Bungie. You know what I'm saying? The loss of Bungie. And another thing, people want to keep on blaming Bungie for not having Last of Us. That ain't even their fault. They had nothing to do with Last of Us not coming out. The Last of Us creators of what's the name? Little Druckmann from Naughty Dog. They sit there and said they didn't want to make the game. They didn't want to bring the game out because they want to do other projects. They were working on something else, which is that game with the ball chick. Forgot the name of that joint though. Not Stellar Blade, Intergalactic, or something like that, right? So yeah. But anyway, guys, this video's getting pretty long. But yeah, like I was saying though, like people always want to bring Jim Ryan for stuff though. You know what I mean? The nigga is in retirement and they're still bringing this thing to the day. If Jim Ryan didn't do this, if Jim Ryan, this is 2026. These guys have a mind of their own to sit there and say, you know what? We're going to scrap everything Jim Ryan did and we're going to focus on single player games and we're going to put all our games on physical disc. We could have did was make Destiny better by chipping in with better ideas. They can't make a live. Listen, I'm sorry. They cannot make a live third game to save their life because of shooters. They can't. Helldivers is already established game from Helldivers 1. Keep that in mind. Helldivers 2 was already established from Helldivers 1. And you know what? They no longer have the right to that because when Part 3 comes out, that's going everywhere. And ain't going to be a PlayStation exclusive. And come to think about it, they losing a lot of their exclusives now, as far as like Capcom, for example. What's the name of that game? Final Fantasy. That's everywhere now. The guys are the new president of Final Fantasy. He made it clear that those games will be on all platforms. So Sony has lost a lot of steam when it comes to like exclusive games from bigger corporations, unless they get like little small titles that nobody's ever heard of, like that Black Myth Wukong game, whatever. I must still get the PS6. I hate to see it. I am. But the thing is, I'm buying it for another reason. You know what I'm saying? I will still support some physical game. I'm gonna buy the PS6, right? If it ain't too expensive, I'm gonna buy it. But I'm only doing it because I want to kill the PS5 Pro. That's it. I'm sorry, guys. It's to kill the PS5 Pro. It's like this. Once that thing comes out, man, it ain't no stopping anything. They're gonna keep on, it's just gonna be the next system. But I know one thing. If they talking about some you gotta rent these games, I'm sorry, rent the consoles in the future, I'm not buying those. But anyway, that's the end of the video. I'm wrapping it right here. Bro, this is guys sign out and peace.